ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाय शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नित्यानंद नमस्तुभ्यं प्रेमानंदप्रदायिने कलौ कल्मषनाशाय ज्ञानवापतये नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतुसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are discussing from chapter 2 and verse number 47. We discussed something about it last 2 days. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफल हेतुर्भूत् मा ते संगोऽस्त्व कर्मणि. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty. When Lord Krishna said, never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities, so immediately, if I am not the cause of the results of my activities, if the activities are not the cause of the results, that means the results which I want, I cannot get it by performing activities. Then why should I perform the activities? Krishna says, no, you should not be attached to not doing your duty. You must do it also. Why? Then why should I perform the duties? You should perform your duties so that you can get the opportunity to get attached to me. So that's why the actions or activities of dharma, activities or duties means dharma. So dharma, occupational duties, constitutional duties have been prescribed by scriptures by the order of the Supreme Lord, so that by performing those activities we may develop attachment for Krishna. That is the only purpose of doing any activity. Not just dharma, not just activities prescribed by the scriptures, but any activity which we want, which we perform in this material world, should be directed towards the only one end, to develop attachment for the Supreme Lord. That should only be the objective of performing any activity. Because any activities which we perform cannot give us the results which we desire. This is a great misconception. One who thinks that I can become happy or I can get this sense gratification, I can attain these things by performing certain activities. So, according to the version of Bhagavad Gita, he is in illusion. That is an illusion. Lord Krishna clearly states, "Ma karma phal hetur bhur." Don't consider your karma to be phal hetu. Hetu means cause of your phal, results. But at the same time, you should not be attached to not perform. You should not be attached to akarmani. It's not doing it. That means you should do it also. Then why should I do? That is explained in Bhagavatam actually. Here Krishna is not stating this. In the next verse, Krishna will state this. Yogistha Guru Karmani, because that we'll discuss tomorrow. If the activities which I perform cannot yield me the result, then why should I perform the activities? And how should I perform? In which consciousness I should perform? Then Krishna speaks another verse, next verse, Yogistha Kuru Karmani. Being situated in connection of me, you should perform your activities. Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya. Give up the attachment for the results. But Samattam Yoga Uchyate. You perform it in order to get detached from material dualities to develop attachment for me. And this should be the only reason why one should be willing to perform activities. It is very important ones. Karmanyeva adhikaras. That's why for this purpose only we have been given the adhikar to perform activities. We have got senses, hands, legs, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, all these senses. Why we have got? So that using these senses, we can perform certain activities and including the mind is also. Because all other senses, all other senses are sometimes active or sometimes may not be active. Just like when you are sleeping, so all your gross senses, this hands, legs, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, these senses are not active. But mind is a sixth sense, or rather 11th sense. We have got 5 knowledge acquiring senses and 5 working senses. 5 knowledge acquiring senses and 5 working senses, which we can use when we are living, when we are awake. But as soon as we go to bed, we are sleeping. So these 5 knowledge acquiring senses and working senses are in inactive state. But mind is not inactive. Mind is always active. So through mind, we can work all the time. So this adhikar we have got. To work, to perform actions 24/7. The Lord Krishna is very merciful. The Lord Krishna being very compassionate upon us, he has given this adhikar that, okay, you go and perform activities 24 hours, 24/7. But don't perform it to get some results for to fulfill your sense gratification. Kamasya na indriya pritir, kamo labhaya jivate. That is explained in Bhagavatam also. In Bhagavatam it is said, Kamasya na indriya pritir, na indriya priti. Kamasya na indriya priti, kamo labhaya jivate. Where is that word? Kamasya na indriya priti. Kamo labhaya jivate. जीवस्य तत्व जिज्ञासा जीवस्य तत्व जिज्ञासा नश्येह कर्म भी फर्स्ट कैंटो सेकंड चैप्टर वर्स 10 कामस्य नेन्द्रिया प्रीतिर्लाभो जीवेत यावता जीवस्य तत्व जिज्ञासा नार्थो यश्चेह कर्म भी Life's desire should never be directed towards sense gratification. One should desire only a healthy life, self-preservation. Oh, this is regarding desire. One's desire regarding desire and regarding activities. Yes, previous verse number 9. धर्मस्य ह्यापवर्गस्य नार्थार्थाय कल्पते नार्थस्य धर्मैकान्तस्य कामो लाभाय स्मृता. So, all occupational engagements, this is called activities. This adhikar, karmaneva adhikaras. So, adhikar for performing karma activities. So, how it should be used? So, all occupational engagements are certainly meant for ultimate liberation, not for bondage. Bondage means when somebody engages or uses the occupational engagements or activities for the purpose of sense gratification, to get some material happiness, manoranjan, entertainment. So that binds the living entity. So these occupational engagements or karma or activities are certainly meant for ultimate liberation, not for sense gratification. So that's why they should never be performed for material gain. It should never be performed to get some material gain, material benefit. Furthermore, according to sages, one who is engaged in the ultimate occupational service should never use material gain to cultivate sense gratification. Sense gratification के लिए नहीं करना चाहिए. कामस्य न इंद्रिय प्रीति. And desires should also be not be used for sense gratification. Anyway, so in many places, whether in Bhagavatam or in Bhagavad Gita, this has been explained that one should perform the activities for the purpose of purifying his heart from this contamination of desires for sense gratification. As long as the desire for sense gratification are cultivated within the heart of the living entity, he can never become free from the entanglement of actions and reactions of activities which he performs. So karmanya eva adhikar. So for this purpose, adhikar has been given, not for phala, not for results. Adhikar to perform activities have been given so that we can develop attachment for Krishna. We can execute the ultimate purpose of life to release us from the entanglement of material existence, from the entanglement of the activities of sense gratification, sinful activities, and to situate ourselves in the activities of devotional service to Krishna. That is the purpose for which we have been given the adhikar to perform activities. Just like we have got hands and legs, using legs we can walk, but this walking tendency, this adhikar to walk, has been given to us so that we can walk towards Krishna's temple. We can walk to meet devotees. We can walk to have darshan of the Lord. But if somebody, instead of using his legs to walk to the temple of the Supreme Lord, and instead uses his legs for walking to cinema theater, then he is misutilizing it. He is misutilizing his adhikar to perform the activities of the leg. And in this way, he binds himself in the reactions of performing those activities for which the adhikar has not been given to him. And that is the binding force. When one does not abide by the laws of the Lord, the Supreme Lord, then he binds himself into the reactions. Similarly, all other sensual activities, all other senses have been awarded to us to perform certain activities. We have been given the chance to use our eyes to see things, but this adhikar has been given to us to use our eyes to see the beautiful form of the Supreme Lord. This is an activity. Using our eyes, we can see. Seeing is an act, but this act should be utilized for the purpose of seeing the beautiful form of the Lord. For this purpose, this adhikar has been given. Ma phalesu kadachana, in this verse, karmanne adhikaraste. So you have been given, certainly, you have been given the adhikar, right to perform activities using your senses. But not for ma phalesu kadachanam is not for to fulfill your desire for sense gratification. This adhikar has not been given. But for what purpose the adhikar right has been given? Yogistha Guru Karmali. Next what Krishna tells, but we are telling you right away. This the adhikar or the right to perform any sense activities have been given by the merciful nature of the Supreme Lord, so that we can connect with the Supreme Lord. That is the only purpose. Using our eyes, we can see the beautiful form of the Lord. Using our tongue. Tongue has got two activities. First one, we can speak using tongue, and we can eat using tongue. So the adhikar for which the tongue has been given to us to perform, not only the tongue, the instrument has been given, but this sense of performing activity, sense of acquiring knowledge has been given. These two senses has, this tongue has got two functions. The first is it can speak, and second is it can taste. So tasting is the function of the knowledge acquiring sense. So this sense has been given to us by merciful Lord so that we can taste the prasadam, the food offered to the Lord, not to taste anything and everything, all rubbish nonsense. That is the misutilization of the sensual activity of tongue. And if somebody misutilizes it, he becomes a thief and is punished then. It's very clear, simple. This body does not belong to us. So this tongue, eyes, ears, nose, hands, legs, mind, intelligence doesn't belong to us. This belongs to the Supreme Lord. So it must be utilized as per the desire of the Supreme Lord. What He wants us to do it. What He wants us to do. Uh, just like if somebody who is working in a company, the company people, they give him facilities like car, flat, and laptop, technology, so many facilities. But for what purpose? So that he can utilize it to execute the mission of the company. But instead of fulfilling the mission of the company, if the person who has got these facilities and utilizes it only for the purpose of his own sense enjoyment, then he will be punished. All his resources will be taken back and he will be removed. He will have to resign from his position. That is the punishment. And he may have to pay a heavy fine also for misutilizing those resources. It's very clear. Everyone knows this. And this is not good also. If, uh, if you are working in a company and in a good position, so the company may provide you the facilities. Is it proper to use those facilities for a personal sense enjoyment and not utilizing it for the mission of the company? Is it proper? No, not at all. Just like a project manager in certain company, he may get a lot of money to invest it in some project. So that money has been given to him for the purpose of using it for the project. But if instead of using it for the project, if it he uses it for his sense enjoyment, then this is not good. This is no honesty. He will be known as thief and he will be punished. Very simple, clear. Similarly, the material nature, as per the direction or order of the Supreme Lord, gives us certain facilities. The biggest facilities we have got is human birth with all its senses, mind, intelligence, and all other resources available in this material nature. So it has got some purpose. The mission is there. The Supreme Lord has got some mission. The material nature has given us with this with some purpose. What is that mission? What is the purpose? The purpose is also for our benefit only. But the purpose is to become free from the entanglement of material existence, free from the entanglement of desires for sense enjoyment. That is the purpose. But instead of fulfilling this purpose, if somebody simply utilizes all these facilities and engaging himself only in material activities, not caring for the ultimate purpose or mission of the Lord, then it is great dishonesty. This is cheating. So such a person should be considered as a thief and then he must be punished. This is what is known as karma reaction. One has to get the reaction. So all these senses should be utilized for the service of the Lord. Eyes, the function of the eyes is to see. We should not see any vulgar things of this material world. We should only see the form of the Lord. Ears, we should not hear vulgar things. Any sound vibration which is not related to Krishna, Krishna consciousness, Krishna service should be abandoned. Only Krishna's holy name or Krishna Katha, Krishna Kirtan should be heard from ears. Tongue, two functions, to eat and to chant, to speak. So we should only speak or we should only chant Krishna's holy name and speak about Krishna and eat what is the food offered to Krishna. Similarly, hands and legs, working senses we have got. Nose, smelling sense. So we should smell the lotus flower offered at the lotus feet of Krishna. Flowers and tulsi leaves offered at the feet of Krishna. This is how nose is used. Skin touch sensation can be used for embracing the devotees of the Lord. And like similarly, working senses, hands, legs, genitals. These senses should also be used only for the purpose of serving Krishna. Even this Grahastha ashram, uh, a Grahastha man, he gets married. So it's not that he cannot utilize his genital. The sex life is not condemned. Sex desire, sex life is not condemned. But sex life should not be used for personal sense enjoyment. So all these methods, contraceptive methods or artificial means of trying to satisfy the lusty desire, it's all sinful activity. It's going against the desire of the Lord, going against the purpose of the Lord, and it will entangle one in the reaction of these things. And this, if somebody engages in, especially in illicit sexual activities physically, it is the most abominable kind of sinful activity. Sudurachar, Sudurachar, and it has got a heavy punishment. In Bhagavatam, fifth canto, last chapter, there Sudeva Goswami describes about the hellish planets where those people who perform sinful activities go. So there it is mentioned. Those who engage in illicit sexual activities, so they have to they undergo great punishment. What is the punishment? It is mentioned in Bhagavatam. I do not want to mention it. It is very fearful. If you read it, you will understand. Just imagine how degraded this society has become, especially young boys and girls in school and colleges. There is no restriction at all. Leaders, politicians, including parents also. Nobody is careful about these things. They think, oh, हाँ हमारे बच्चे अच्छे से पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, अच्छा डिग्री मिल रहा है, अच्छा जॉब मिल रहा है, खूब पैसा कमा रहे हैं. What nonsense this is. पैसा कमा रहे हैं. They are not earning money. They are earning only sinful reaction. That's all. It's very uh, means regrettable situation, especially in cities like Mumbai. If you just go outside, in a space outside any college, you'll find practically everyone has got this. Everyone is just entrapped in this nonsense business of girlfriend boyfriend. This is all nonsense. I say it frankly. Uh, Somebody may think, no, no, this is pure love. We love. No, not at all love. This is all nonsense. If anybody, I can challenge anybody. You bring any couple, girlfriend, boyfriend, so-called girlfriend, boyfriend. If you really love each other, then for life, you don't touch each other. If you can live like this, then I can consider you have some love. Actually, that is also not love. That is another level of subtle sex life. But just for the sake of argument, even if somebody thinks that I'm not attached to his or her body, we love each other, we are attached to each other's feelings, we care for each other. But is it possible? Can any so-called lovers, girlfriend and boyfriend, say or follow it that throughout their life they will not touch each other? They will only care for their feelings. Is it possible? Not at all possible. This is a practical truth. This is the harsh reality that any young boy, uh, if he is attracted towards any girl, he is only attracted towards sex to fulfill his sex desire. Or any young girl, if she is attracted towards young boy, she is only attracted for to fulfill her sexual desire. This is the only so-called love exists in this material world. This is known as this lust. This is not love. Anyway, so but this sense activity is not forbidden. One can have this sex life also, but it should be for the purpose of only for the purpose of creating nice devotee children who will serve Krishna. And that's why in Vedic society, they are used to have Garbhadan Sanskar. Even husband, wife, they would also never combine. They would also not touch each other all the time. No. They would also not live together. Uh, they used to have different quarters for sleeping. Daytime, the husband is busy outside. And the wife remains at home, serves family members, serves the Supreme Lord, and take care of the children. And husband goes out, works in the field or in some business, whatever it may be. In the evening, he comes back, and he used to have association only with Prabhujis and Matajis. They used to have inner chambers. Uh, in the they used to have this joint family. So this the chambers where women can live was separate, and the house, the portion area where Prabhujis can live, that was separate. No mixing together, even in household life also. Only when there was requirement then that to produce a child, so then by consulting a proper astrologer, proper Brahman, they used to fix the date of Garbhadan Sanskar, and then they used to have Garbhadan Sanskar, and then the nice child used to take birth. In such a Grahastha family, husband wife, they are also known as Brahmachari. This is Grahastha Brahmachari. Um, One is Naistik Brahmachari, which we are following. Naistik Brahmachari means no sex life at all, complete complete negation. That is the best, because that is not required. If somebody has decided that my goal of life is to advance in Krishna consciousness, if he can restrain his urge for this sex desire, then he can just remain lifelong brahmachari. But those who cannot, then this license has been given. Okay, you enter into grahastha ashram, but do not indulge in the sense enjoyment activity like animals, even with one's own means husband or wife. That is also not proper. And what to speak of this illicit connection before marriage? This is most abominable activity, most sinful activity. Uh, and especially those who are willing to advance in Krishna consciousness, by all means, they must avoid it. Otherwise, they cannot advance in Krishna consciousness. So, so that's why senses, this right or adhikar to perform activities using our senses have been given us by the mercy of the Lord, so that using those, by performing those activities, we can purify our consciousness and advance towards Krishna consciousness, advance towards the real destination of life, that is kingdom of God, to become free from entanglement of birth and death. For this purpose, this adhikar, right, has been given to us. Karmaneva adhikaraste ma phale sukadashana, not for fulfilling the desires for sense gratification. So this verse, just imagine, this verse is so important. It directs us towards pure form of Krishna consciousness, purely serving Krishna. But people misunderstand this verse and they concoct their own meaning. Okay, we have less time. Tomorrow we'll read the purport and continue this. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If any one of you have got any question, and ask. Hare Krishna. Yes, any question? Yes, Janvi. Hare, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I was reading Krishna book yesterday, and there was this line which said, Chanakya said that never put your trust in a diplomat and a woman. What does that mean? Can you please explain?
Because those who are politicians, so they have always, their desire is to maintain their position. So for the sake of maintaining their position, they may lie. They may speak something and they may act in a different manner. They are not Brahman. Only a trustworthy person is a Brahman. Brahman means because he is free from this desire for sense gratification, no attachment for anything material. So he speaks the truth. But others, to some or less degree, because they have some desires for sense gratification, attachments, material attachments, so they cannot be fully trusted. It's not that Means intentionally they may cheat, but because of attachment, they have the tendency to cheat. Just like, for example, Kamsa. So Kamsa, he was very affectionate towards his sister Devaki. He only became the chariot driver for taking the Devaki to her this, sasural. But as soon as he heard that the Devaki's eighth child will kill him, immediately he became enemy and was even ready to kill Devaki. Just imagine. It complete change. In no time, he completely became enemy. Just a few seconds back, he was so nicely caring for Devaki, so he was so affectionate. But as soon as he heard that Devaki's eighth child will kill him, immediately the same Kamsa became enemy of Devaki. He changed. Why? It was not the intentional problem. Kamsa had no bad intention, but because his mind and senses were not under his control. So his mind was dictating that what nonsense are you doing? You are taking care of your own death. Huh? The Devaki, she is going to become your death in future. So you are taking care of your death. Don't do this. Kill her immediately. Because he could not control his mind. So whatever mind dictated, he immediately acted accordingly. He forgot the good instruction that, oh, she is my younger sister. And younger sister should be cared as good as daughter. So how can a father try to kill a daughter? But he forgot this instruction, this knowledge, because of being unable to control his mind. Similarly, except Brahmanas, more or less everyone, uh, Kshatriyas are politicians and children and women class and all other class, not just women. Shudras, children, and Kshatriya class, Vaishya class, and women class. They are all considered to be not very fixed up in controlling their mind and senses. So there will always be chance that when, as soon as some situation arises where their sense gratification will be hampering, will get hampered, so they may turn away. And we are not. This is not just a theory. This is a fact we see nowadays. This is happening. There are politicians. It doesn't take much time to change their words, and there are women also for the purpose, for the sake of maintaining their the sense gratification. They can even go to the extent of killing their own real father, real brother, husband, and son also. This is the case. And it's not just that woman, even a man also, if he is unable to control his mind and senses, he also acts like this. He cannot also be trusted. So earlier in Vedic society, generally those who were Brahmanas, man, Prabhujis, so they were having this sense control. So they can only be trusted. But others cannot be trusted because of this. So don't mind thinking this. Another point, Srila Prabhupada, when he was asked by some Matajis that are women less intelligent? So some Mataji asked, Srila Prabhupada, are we less intelligent? The Prabhupada said, yes, if you think so, yes. If you think that you are woman, you are body, then you are. But if you you understand that you are not this body, then you are not a woman. You are Krishna's servant, then you are not less intelligent. You are very intelligent. Just like Kunti Maharani. She was very intelligent, pure devotee. She can be trusted completely because she was a pure devotee. She was above this bodily consciousness. Is it clear?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Yes, Palak Mataji, you have some question?
हाँ प्रभु, जो अभी आपने बताया इससे रिलेटेड काफी क्वेश्चंस अभी आ गए हैं मुझे। और अभी मैं ये कह रही थी कि जो आप बता रहे थे ना, फिफ्थ कैंटो में लास्ट में दिया गया है
हाँ,
जो हेलिश कंडीशन नारद मुनि बताते हैं, तो वो क्या डिस्कस हो सकता है क्या कभी, या फिर हमें पूरे सारे कैंटोस पढ़ने पड़ेंगे फिर जाके वो पढ़ना सही रहेगा?
नहीं, वो सेपरेटली आप चाहे तो पढ़ लीजिए। वो क्लास में डिस्कस करना डिस्करेजिंग हो सकता है, क्योंकि उसमें नहीं, ठीक है, हम लोग कभी कर भी सकते हैं। वैसे एक बार किया था मैं कुछ भक्तों के साथ। तो बस उन भक्तों के साथ हम लोग डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, दोज वर एबल टू एटलीस्ट अंडरस्टैंड फिलोसफी प्रॉपरली, दोज वर एबल टू फॉलो। वैसे किया जा सकता है, जिनके पास फेथ है अगर, तो किया भी जा सकता है, नो प्रॉब्लम। जरूरी है जानना।
अ, देहात्म बुद्धि से ऊपर उठना चाहिए कि हम औरत नहीं है, हम मैन नहीं है, तो ये उस दायरे में रहकर जो चीजें करनी होती है ना, वो समझना ही पड़ता है। तभी उसी बेसिस पे, मतलब विमेन का बॉडी है, उसी हिसाब से चीजें करनी होती है, ये समझ कर ही चीजें करी जा सकती है ना फिर।
यस, हमारे पास जैसा शरीर होता है, तो शरीर के अनुसार हमको एक्सटर्नली कार्य करना होता है, उसके नियम जो है पालन करने होते हैं। लेकिन हमारे ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग रहना चाहिए कि हम शरीर नहीं है, और उसी स्तर पे कार्य करना चाहिए। जैसे आपके पास जैसा गाड़ी है, तो गाड़ी की सिचुएशन को देख करके आपको गाड़ी चलाना है। लेकिन गाड़ी चलाते वक्त आपको हमेशा ये ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि मुझे गाड़ी इसलिए चलाना है ताकि मैं अपने डेस्टिनेशन तक जा सकूं। दोनों ही चीजें बैलेंस करके चलना होगा। ठीक है, समय
हम्म।
हो गया।